Alright, I'm just back from the gym. As you can tell, I'm wearing an age-inappropriate style hat, only because these are the Jason Bogman edition hats with the snapback brim. We haven't sold very many of them. I never wear them. I wear the traditional baseball cap because I'm an old guy. I'm not young like those dudes are. But they're pretty cool hats, so I figured I'll wear one, let people check them out. This is a special edition one. We started out with only one of these, which we gave away, and we only have a couple of these. But we have all the other ones, the camouflage, the black one. I don't know what all we have. You have to look on the site. Okay, back from the gym, did some back, did a lot of calves, some buys. And I got this water here. I can't testify that this is any good or not. It could be complete bullshit, I don't know. H factor, hydrogen infused water. Infused with molecular hydrogen, a powerful antioxidant clinically proven to improve athletic performance, reduce inflammation, and boost energy. Now, I don't know. I just figured, I drink so much water, I figured what the hell, I'll try it. Another one of these reasons why everything I do is a little more pricey. Because, you know, I try shit out and I don't mind spending a coin a little bit. You don't have to do it the way I do it. I'll save you the trouble and tell you if it's any good. It's probably not going to be that worth it, you know, but I don't know. I'm going to try it. What the fuck? I drank one during my workout and drink one now. Just tastes like water to me, which is what it is, but there's something else. What the hell else was it? Something else I wanted to throw out here at you guys. Oh, and of course, if you noticed, I haven't had any actual dedicated protein supplement yet since I got out of bed. All I've had is vegetable protein and the amino acids that are present in my sport formula, which I took. But I'm getting ready to have a bottle of Isopure. So yeah, it's a no-no if you're a vegan. But it is what it is. I still augment my protein intake. Most of my diet does come from vegetables and plant matter. I got to put this down and get outside. There's a lot of shit to do around here. Val and I are Val's cleaning the porch up. She just got back from yoga. I got to get out there and help the front porch because we're going to put all the wood out there, get us through the winter and save money on heating bills. Well, today at the gym I did back and biceps and of course calves. I do a lot of calves. I also did forearms. I've started to do forearms now because I've never not too much direct training forearms in my past. You know, I get what I call, I've always called it whore growth. And that means when a muscle just whores another body part to get something from it, just to ride along a free ride. And that's always been because then there's straps and all that crap. I've used straps occasionally. For the most part, no straps during back work, not even deadlifting, until it gets to the degree that the bar is like this in my mitts, like a monkey grip, and then it actually falls. When I actually lose the bar, that's when I will put straps on to get like another set or two out, and then I'll take the straps off and descend. But no strap shit has actually really helped my strength and my grip, and it has built my forearms. Never really did hardly any direct forearm work. So I do it now just to want to see what develops, how it works out. And, you know, I use cables to do forearms. It makes sense to me, and that's what works for me. I do cables for forearms. So, you know, I do it this way, right, across the top, and I do it, you know, underhand, you know, for the other side. I even do it sideways, both ways. But it works really well. And the other thing is, like on back day, I'll like superset, or not really superset, kind of giant set, I guess. I'll do a set of calves, you know, seated, and then I'll go and do a set of seated shrugs on like a hammer strength leverage machine. And then calves and shrugs and calves and shrugs to keep adding weight. I won't add crazy weight when I do the shrugs today, nowadays, because I'm an older guy and stuff, and I already have a lot of muscle mass, and I'm not really trying to gain a whole lot more. If I get a little bit more, that's fine, but I've had lots more. If I wanted lots more, I'd be pretty much mainly deadlifting for the majority of my entire back workout, believe it or not. Deadlifting, in my opinion, is the number one exercise for mass in your back. If you're trying to build your back, deadlifting, I mean, really going for it, is going to build your back. I always incorporated shrugs with deadlifts because I'm primarily a bodybuilder. I used to like to strength train, and then I would just do straight deadlifts. But I found by doing a deadlift, you know, instead of sitting there and doing reps, I have done that too now. I've done 20, 25 rep sets with 4 or 5 with Jeff McVicker in the past and stuff, deadlifting. But that is a different kind. That's going to make you thick and strong and dense. There's no question about that. And it develops your entire back. Your entire back, man, from waist, from your hips, all the way up to the top of your traps, everything, width, thickness, density, it works your entire back. Works other muscles too, but in my opinion and in my experience and with my physique, I always had an outstanding back, and there's no other exercise singularly that's going to build more mass, more foundation, just raw material on your body than deadlift for your back. You know, typically I would spend an hour just deadlifting. Then later on I incorporated shrugs with deadlifts because it's just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And I would deadlift, pick it up, and I would shrug as many times as I could, no set limit. If it took 50 reps, you know, really good, complete, full, squeeze at the top reps, set it down, add weight. Same thing, set it down, add weight, pick it up, shrug the shit out of it, set it down. Keep on going until I got up to where I would be like struggling to pull single and the bar would be falling out of my hands. Then I would strap up, and then I would try to add a little weight and pull like what would be almost a 1 rep max for me. And I would do it that way. Then as I come down, then that's when I rep the hell out, strip weight off, rep out, and it yielded great results. And it helped build my forearms, built my complete back. Today, because I'm not trying to be as big as I once was, I haven't been that big in over a decade. I have no interest in being that big. So the way I do it now is I separate it, and I do seated shrugs, or I do shrugs on a Smith machine, or sometimes dumbbells. But I like the seated hammer strength for me because I can concentrate and focus more on squeeze. Because even if I just allow the muscle mass to depreciate, which I've done over the last decade, I still have muscle to spare, man. I mean, I had a lot of size. I still have muscle to spare. So now it's more about quality and kind of maintenance, but I'm trying to improve quality. So I like to feel things more and I squeeze more. But just overall development and just density, I was the densest I ever was, the thickest I ever was from deadlifting in the back. Really overall good development. The other thing is, I'm going to tell you that for quality, you can believe what you want to believe, but I don't think that you're going to find any bodybuilder type of big guy, big dude, with a lot of muscle and a lot of quality muscle, you know, delineations in good shape, that's going to tell you otherwise what I'm about to say. And that is that lightening up and doing more of a semi-isolation move. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of things that I can do for back on a machine with cables that with a lighter weight, I can more specifically hit places in my back. Now there's some spillover. I'm not going to hit just one tiny part, but I can narrow the focus much better, more accurately than if I continue to add weight. If I add weight, there's always a point where I just added more weight and now I've lost that feeling. I can still move that weight. I can still, if you're watching it visually, you wouldn't maybe see a difference. If you look very closely, you might be able to detect a difference, subtle difference, that now I'm involving the more complete musculature of the back and more of a compound movement than previously with lesser weight. And literally, that is how you get all that delineation, separation. People are going to say, oh, it's all diet. Yeah, diet's a huge part of it. But fact is, when you just have enough muscle, so much muscle, that you could have higher body fat levels and you're going to be knotty. Because there's so much muscle in these groups, like your back or your legs. You're going to be knotty in the back. And that's what you're after. I mean, anybody can get lean enough that they're going to look, you're going to see a lot of stuff. But how lean do you have to get? And how much overall size will you lose? before you bring out those smaller details. Before you bring the accent out on those smaller details. A lot of us that have done a lot of bodybuilding and been concerned about that aspect and can still be really large and have all that detail, think of larger guys with bigger backs with lots of detail. None of them are going to tell you that what I'm telling you is a lie. It's true. It's true. Now, there are a lot of guys with lesser amount of muscle that haven't been there because there wasn't a need to. But I challenge anybody that thinks otherwise, even people that have been lifting 20, 30 years, 10, 20, 30 years, people that think they know lots and lots and lots and everything, they don't know everything. And I would challenge them, train with me sometime, and I'll show you and let you feel things you've never felt before. I'll show you revised ways to do exercises you've been doing for many, many years and think that you've perfected, and show you that there's other ways to do that same exercise, and you're going to feel it in a different way that you've never felt it before. And it's going to give you, it's going to develop or exploit an aspect of that musculature that you've never exploited. And it's going to surprise you. And then I'll bet anybody, I'll challenge anybody out there, I'll bet you. Talk's cheap. You don't think so? Come down and train, and let's see. All right, that's about it for now anyway. Trust me, there's quite a few people I know particularly I wish would come down and train. And if you're in the PA or Maryland area, I have had some people that know Val or have emailed and have told me or told Val they would love to come down and train, but they're waiting to look better. They want to look a little better. Even my buddy Mike, my brother Mike down there from that Glen Burnie area down there, Gorilla Brother, he is hesitant sometimes to come down and train and to get on film or whatever because he feels he's not where he wants to be physically yet. It's always a work in progress. We all fall short.
And you don't have to be on film if you don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to be on film if you don't want to, number one. If you're not comfortable, number two. Everybody is on their own journey. You may want to get big as me. You may want to get bigger than me. You may be bigger than me. You may be smaller. You may not want to get bigger. It doesn't make any difference. There's none greater and none lesser. You understand? It's your journey. Live your journey. You don't have to live my journey, and I don't live your journey. You live your journey, and we interrelate that way. And we all have strengths and weaknesses. And if you're not comfortable and secure enough to be able to look at the next person, a brother or sister, and recognize, hey, that person's really strong in an area that I'm not. And I'm not talking about physical strength. I'm talking about in here, right? That's what makes greatness in a team, is when we can recognize and appreciate the differences that are strengths, where we may fall shorter, or be weaker. That's how you learn. When you figure that that's not true, you don't believe that, and you can't practice that, or you can't accept that, then how are you going to evolve? How are you going to continue onward? Where are you at your apex of your life as far as growth? Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. So don't let anything like that derail you or keep you from coming down and hanging out with us and training, man, or having some kind of association. Come down and train. Don't let bullshit like that stop you, because we're not on that kind of time. We don't feel that way. Come down and hang out and train, brother. We appreciate our sister. We appreciate the differences in each other, man. We can all learn from each other. I learn from all kind of people. Doesn't matter what they physically look like. Anyway, that's it. Take care. Come down if you're in the area. Come down to Retro and train on a Sunday. If you're even more so in the area, you can get here more frequently. Come down and be part of our crew, man. Come down and be part of our crew. Be a regular, gorilla that's local and hang out with us and train with us, eat with us, whatever the hell, right? We're inclusive, not exclusive.
See you, Retro. See you,
Retro. Our dog's talking to me. All right, with a little help from Val. Take care. She might have better words of wisdom than I do.
Do Harley?
You never know.
She's street cred. She got street cred.
She's got street cred because she was a dog off the streets. Baltimore City dog. Now she's happy. She ain't going nowhere. Anyway, you guys take care. Have an awesome Saturday. I'll be back and talk to you again in a bit.
And I'll see you at Retro on Sunday. Show up. Be there or be square.